The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
So welcome to another episode of the Icons of Real Estate podcast, where we spotlight industry leaders. I'm your host, Karen Roberts, and today we're thrilled to welcome Tom Martin. He's a seasonal real estate professional with 23 years of experience. He's renowned for his negotiation skills and client advocacy. Tom has successfully helped countless buyers and sellers, from individuals to investors. So in addition to his real estate expertise, Tom is a passionate coach and a mentor, guiding hundreds of agents to success. So welcome to the show, Tom.
Thank you. Thank you. So I got to correct you, 25 years. So that's my fault. That's my fault, right? So I'll take blame for that, sending that.
No, that's my fault. I'm researching you, Tom. So I've got the wrong information.
Well,
there you
did
go.
The research, and I probably needed to update that. That's okay.
Update it. So there you go. A quarter of a century, shall we say then? Yeah.
Oh, no, I started at 10. Yeah.
So, well, first of all, would you like to share with the listeners a little bit about what inspired you to even choose real estate?
Well, I was inspired to do real estate. I was in the hospitality business in restaurant, and this couple came in one time, and they were dressed very nicely, and they just had a lot of wealth. You could see it all over them. And I asked them, what do you do for a living? And they said, we sell real estate. You should get in the business. And I went and visited them and seen what the real estate side looked like and what the rewards were. Not only the rewards financially, but the rewards for helping the consumer achieve a goal of buying or selling. And that's when I said, okay, I want to do this. And I thought, oh, this is going to be easy.
Well, you're right.
Here's the thing. It's simple, but not easy, right? There's so many different things that are if we stay consistent in one or two things, small hinges, close big doors, that's what's going to help us achieve the goal that we desire. So I had to learn that really quick, really quick. So I narrowed in, hired a coach immediately, and I did what the coach told me to do.
All right. You took action. Isn't it interesting that it just came from simply having a conversation?
A conversation. Yeah. I'm always intrigued on what makes people successful in any areas or any business. And, one of the things I always want to know is, what do you do for a living so I can support and help you in the growth of your business?
Right.
And it's a reciprocation based on relationship.
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, you obviously have a wealth of experience coaching and mentoring other agents. So what would you say are some common challenges that you see new agents that face, I suppose?
There's a couple things that new agents are facing, and it's really important for them to make sure that, number one, they got to be with the right real estate company that has a proven track record of success in training, mentorship. And so many people get into the business and they're excited and they're friends in the business, so they go to that company. My recommendation would be, what's the training calendar look like? What's their success rate in the community? And who will be my mentor, and what's their responsibility to help me achieve my goal? So any new agent coming into the business, they have to make sure they are with the right company because their finances are in the hands of others. And here's the other thing. You're never going to know everything. Just take action on what you already know, because you know what? Talent is overrated. Consistency will always trump talent. So don't worry about knowing everything. Take action.
Always, always. And you just shared something there that I think is really important. And a lot of people don't want to ask for help, but the importance of getting a coach and having a mentor, because nobody does this by themselves, right?
No one succeeds alone.
Mm.
And my coaching website had just went live, and there's some things that need to be done to it, but I always believe in growth through others. And that's the website name, Growth Through Others, because no one succeeds alone. There's not one professional team out there where the one star can play every position. He could be an influence for the win of the scoreboard, but he can't play every position. So it's a team effort. We grow through others and we succeed through others.
Absolutely. Love that. So would you like to share, I don't know, a particular memorable or challenging transaction that you've handled, and what did you learn from that experience?
Every transaction has its own story. Every sale has its own story. And when you go from the mindset of when you go through the mindset of, I'm going to sell them a home to earn an income, to I'm going to help them achieve a goal of buying and selling, and then I'm rewarded an income. The next step is, how can I serve the community to buying and selling a home to best serve their family? Then I'm really at another level, right? So I would say some of the most challenging transactions I've had, and what I've learned is, I learn from every single transaction, whether it's good or bad. And then I have to look in the mirror and go, where's my DNA on that? What could I have done differently to make this transaction better? And I'll tell you, here's the thing. It's expectations. Do not overpromise and underdeliver. Be you, be authentic, be real, and tell the truth.
It's
That's
always going to go a
Yes.
long way.
Yeah. I mean, I've had tragic situations where there's been death. I've had situations where there's divorce. I've had situations where there's loss of income or a job or a family member. Life will hit. And by the way, this is one of the toughest things that realtors have to deal with. This is the toughest thing they need to do to overcome great things, is they cannot be emotionally attached to the outcome. They can be connected, but they cannot be emotionally attached to, because then what they do is they get foggy, and then they're not focused on what's right for the consumer. They're focusing on what they think is right for the consumer, and that's not it. You got to make sure that you understand, Karen, I understand these are the things that you need, and I'm going to work hard for you.
And that is, I'm going to say that's the top tip. I mean, I'm all for that. Finding a way to become emotionally detached from the outcome, I think, is the one thing that everybody needs to do with everything across the board. So even more so in real estate. And I get that sounds that it could be easier said than done, but that really is the key there. Love that. So Tom, look, your transition from Keller Williams to running your own team, would you like to share any sort of key lessons or that you took away that have influenced your current business practices?
Yeah. So I was with Keller Williams for 17 years. It was one of the most amazing experiences and journeys that I've ever taken, from my knowledge, wisdom, and career path that I'm on now. And then I was the number one agent in the office year after year after year after year. And it's because I just did the activities. I wasn't the smartest in the room. I wasn't the smartest in the office. I was the one that was going to be relentless and take action and do what's right because I have a family to provide for. I have a legacy I want to leave. So 17 years there, and then at the end of this, and then 8 of those years, I ran two different Keller Williams offices where I was in charge of training, coaching, and recruiting. And I successfully recruited over 850 agents to the company in a 8-year period of time. And the impact I've made on other people's lives is just I can go story after story, and someone says, write a book on success. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, I would get really emotional to know writing something like that because I've seen people go from no confidence to an abundance of confidence. I've seen people go from living in their van to being successful and giving back to their community. And then at the end of right around the end of my term with Keller Williams, I was looking for something different. I didn't know what I was looking for. And then I was introduced to this company, EXP. And I know a lot of real estate companies out there. I know tons and tons. But here's the one thing I never cared about. I don't care about your model. I care about how I'm being treated at the current company I'm at. And I was always treated very well. So I looked at EXP as a model, and it's a company with growth without limitations. It's a virtual platform real estate company that I can recruit to. I can help the agents that are coming into the company to grow their business. My passion is to make sure that I'm contributing to others every day, every day. And you know what? Some will accept it, some won't. Some will thrive with it, some won't. All I can do is provide it. And someone said to me the other day, so Tom, why do you do what you do every day? And I said, every morning, Karen, you wake up, I bet you have the exact same routine.
I have my morning ritual, definitely.
That's right. We have our morning ritual. It's not logged into our calendar to do it. It's a subconscious mind thinking, these are the things I do. So when we can get our subconscious mind working to do the things that we do, so the days that I wake up and I'm really struggling to have that motivation for others and everything else, I have to think about the consistency of what I really do, and that pulls me up too. It lifts me up to lift others up.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, what it sounds like. People need to be in your team. Are you looking to recruit agents?
I'm always looking for talent and agents, and some of the most talent that I look for is called untapped talent. And what I mean by that is there's an individual out there who's extremely struggling with the environment they're in, and they love the people around them, but they're just not thriving. And they're not pouring into them enough to help them make their own breakthrough, right? So they're not maybe around the right growth mindset of people. So I like to take those people and have them have their breakthroughs, but they got to be coachable, they got to be learning based, and they have to be humble. Coachable, learning based, and humble. And if they don't have those three characteristics, that's okay. If you're humble, we can work on the learning part. If you're humble, we can work on the coachable part. But yeah, always looking for because I know this, Karen, if I'm gonna bring someone into the environment and I know that they're an anchor for someone, and what I mean by that, if they're poison, they can be the number one producer in the world, but they can be an anchor to someone sinking them because they're poison in the way they act, the way they talk, their habits, their what people don't see behind doors. So do the right thing and the right thing happens. But I want to be in business with people that want to be learning based, coachable, and growth mindset.
Love that. And so would you like to share with the listeners, well, how is your team doing? What was your production like last year?
So my personal production because I'm not in production, my wife is in the real estate sales side of it. The number one thing that I focus on is coaching, mentoring, and training and speaking for the growth of the agents. So year over year, we are up around 15%. Okay, but if you look at the national statistics, most people are down 30%. So we're really outpacing the market in my whole internal organization by 45%. So so we are thriving. There's a lot of people leaving the industry, but there's also a lot of people coming into the industry, and that's where opportunity is. And so we're thriving. Here's the thing.
Brilliant.
Work works. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So just keep going. Yeah, you're right. I mean, a lot of people I've interviewed on this show, they've said, last year was a struggle, even this year is a struggle with all the things that are going on. So maybe if you're looking to join maybe a team that is thriving, maybe you should get in touch. So look, the last question is always a fun one because we at Icons of Real Estate, we are the #1 real estate podcast network, and we are passionate about making podcasting accessible to all real estate agents. So if you had your own podcast, what would you call it?
Um, I would probably call it, gosh, I wish I would have put a little more thought into that so I had a quicker answer for you. So I would probably call it success through others.
Success through others. And
Yeah.
that's true though, isn't it? Nobody gets there. You're going to make more money when you help other people be
Yeah,
successful.
because you want to make sure that when you're bringing the icons of real estate into a podcast, you want to make sure that they're delivering value, and when they deliver value, that's success through others. So,
Absolutely. Love
yeah,
that.
I think
There
I
you
think that would
go.
be the thing.
I'll put you on the spot. There you go. But okay, so if anybody if the listeners want to get in touch, how do they reach you? Where do they find you?
So I'm on Facebook, and I don't have a business page. It's all personal page. Everything is there. Very authentic. You see pictures of my family. You see motivational stuff. If anyone out there is struggling or would like a free business consultation on where their production is, if you go to growththroughoothers.com, there's a link there. And you can get right into my calendar for a 30-minute free consultation on looking at diagnosing your business. Let's dissect it and let's see where the gaps are to help you get to where you want to go.
Brilliant. There you go. And that link will be in the show notes. So thank you so much for your time today. It's been wonderful speaking to you, and to the listeners. I'll be back next time with the Icons of Real Estate
I
podcast.
appreciate you, Karen.
Fantastic. There you go.